There it is, officially. 100 degrees. Oh gosh. I know that's a little bit high. Okay, video 1 of 3 today. Keeping chickens cool. I'm gonna come in here. This is our spare refrigerator freezer. And you can see, no, I don't have a drinking problem. Those are all filled with fresh water, and I'll take one up in the morning and put it in their main water jug. And then in the afternoon, I will get one and I'll actually make them sort of a cool drinking area in the heat of the afternoon. That's number 1. But there are 2 things that are critical to keeping chickens cool, and a lot of people make mistakes. A lot of people think that putting out frozen food is going to cool a chicken. It might for a couple minutes, but you need to think all day long. Yesterday, it was absolutely brutal all day long, close to 100 degrees. It had to be 80% humidity. There are 2 things you can do for your chickens. Well, 3 actually. Clean cold water. Make sure you do it. Keep your water out of the sun. So if you have a water bucket, make sure it's shaded. Put it in the shade. Do not leave it in the sun, because that water will get really hot and also build up algae. Number 2, shade. Buy shade cloth. Put shade cloth around your area. Shade cloth is dirt cheap. If you want a link to this stuff, I'll put it down below. I hope. If I forget, let me know. We bought a ton of shade cloth, and it's absolutely critical. It drops the temperature of that coop like 15 degrees. It's amazing. The third thing is airflow. You have to have a strong airflow. I did have my fan on a timer up here, but now I have it on all the time because it's just so hot. You'll see your chickens. Your chickens will walk around with their arms up, just like this. They'll walk around with their arms up in the heat of the afternoon, and they're trying to cool themselves. And my chickens, who are normally spend a lot of their time in the outside run, they're inside in that shade and in that fan. That's how you can definitely tell. It's really weird, because normally I have 2 cameras out there. Get cameras in your coop. I have 2 cameras out there. Normally I'll pull the outside run up, and I see chickens out there all day. The past 2 days, when it's been brutally hot, they're not out there. There might be 1 straggler. They're inside, and they're in the shade, and they're sitting in that fan area, that blow. So let me run up here. I'm doing this because they're going to start screaming as soon as I get up there. I want you to use common sense logic, and I want you to apply something to yourself. I want you to pretend you're a chicken. Now, a lot of people are going to say, I put out frozen watermelons, I put out frozen this, and do different things. Great, that's wonderful for the chickens, but I want you to think about this. If it was 98 degrees, 80 to 90% humidity, no breeze, would you rather sit out in the sun and eat a cold piece of watermelon, or would you rather sit under complete shade with a fan blowing on you? What would you rather do? And you had to do that for 8 hours straight. Trust me, you'd want to be in the shade with a fan blowing on you. So the same thing applies to chickens. Just apply that same thing of logic to yourself. What would you rather do? Would you rather have a cold drink once in the afternoon, or would you rather be sitting in the shade with the fan blowing on you all afternoon? Think about it. So that's how you keep chickens cool. Right down the road, I have 2 chicken farms right down the road. They're not huge, they're small. But those chicken houses, I mean, they're big chicken houses. They have these massive fans on there because they understand the chickens need to be in the shade inside, and they need to have airflow in the summertime. It's pretty simple, guys. Do these 2 things, those 2 things first. Then I'll show you some of the other things I do with ice and cold water and that kind of stuff. But let me let these girls out first, because it's morning and they're pissed at me because I haven't let them out. Release the hounds! Release the hounds! Well, there's Johnny. Go get it. Go get your stuff. But egg production will drop a bit down. I'll let you guys know. When you get into this extreme heat, you can see a good 20% reduction in egg production. So this right here was nice and clean. It had fresh cold water and ice in it yesterday. And of course, chickens do what chickens do. They're going to walk in it, they're going to shit in it, and it's going to get nasty. So I'll clean that out. I'll take that out with me. The other thing you'll want to do, by the way, when you're cleaning your water things, see this right here? See that little brush? Have one of these out here, and you can just clean your water trays, rinse it, boom. Because you'll get algae, especially if it's in the sunlight. Sunlight, Algae is green because it has chlorophyll inside of it. It needs light, not direct sunlight, but it needs light. So the more you can shade it, the less algae you have. But just clean it all the time. Let's see here. Oh, great fan, by the way. I bought 2 of these. I may buy 2 more. I may put one down over here. But I want one for this coop and one for the coop for 2.0. Chicken coop 2.0 down here is going to have new girls in it, 15 new girls. Unfortunately, they're not coming till the end of July because of all this stupid egg price thing and the baby chick shortage. What are you doing, honey? You're not eating, you're staying in there? What a good girl. So I have a couple girls that always end up sleeping in. It's always the same ones. All right, you guys are ridiculous. You two are ridiculous. Why don't you wake up early? Come on, jump, jump. But what we do here is we let a lot of our squash grow excessively big so we can feed it to the chickens. And if we want to eat some, we'll pick it early, of course, but otherwise we just let it grow big. Let me show you something over here. I just hope a snake didn't decide to come into this last night. Let's see. Look at that. Yeah, the girls are gonna love all this. I mean, that's a zucchini, man. And no, we don't use any fertilizers. Isn't that amazing? That's probably 100 pounds right there. So let me make sure all my water's turned on over here. This is kind of a redneck high-tech system. So on this water system, I showed you guys this. This is one of my extras. I forgot to put it in. So a bucket sits on this and it automatically fills. You just put this on a bucket. I love these things. All we do, we're going to install this one on the inside coop, and then I'll also put one on the new chicken coop. And all I have to do every morning is just throw one switch here. Just throw one switch. And that bucket, if you can see it, will automatically fill. And it cleans out that tray. Now, when I go inside there, I'll also take the other hose and blow that tray out a little bit more because chickens are pigs. They get everything dirty. So, yeah. In the afternoon, usually about 1 or 2 o'clock, I'll come up here and I'll run this water for about a minute or two because my well is right there. It's 600 feet deep and that water is cold. So they'll get cold water here, plus I'll also make sure they have cold water inside too. See all the shade cloth we have here? So the sun rises here, comes across the sky, hits this side, in the afternoon hits that side. And in the morning what we found was our sun was hitting the nesting boxes and they were hot. So we actually came out here with a double layer of shade cloth over here. Now everything's shaded in there. Look at that sunflower. Why is that growing there? Our grapevines we just planted. More shade cloth over here for that late afternoon sun. We just watch the coop and we figure out where the sun's coming in. I also put it here. I also have a layer of shade cloth because we have an egg and vegetable cooler here where we leave stuff for people. And the late afternoon that sun was hitting it, so I put a piece of shade cloth there too. Shade cloth is cheap and it's easy to work with. Just get yourself a staple gun and bring it around. Man, that fan feels so good in here. I have not changed out that water tank yet, but I want to put one of those over here. So all I have to do in the morning is I throw one switch and both of them fill up and flush out, and then in the afternoon I can throw a switch and they both are cool. But right now I'm going to just excuse the air from the fan. Again, this little brush is critical. I'm talking into a fan. I'm gonna take this block of ice here, and believe it or not, because this is shaded, this will keep that cool all day. Don't get roosters. Roosters are so loud. Oh my God, you girls. Johnny, you too? Why are you being so buddy. Why are you being so loud, huh? Why are you being so loud? Nothing like a good butt scratch. Yeah. All right, girls. I see that you're in doing your stuff already. Are there two of you in there? Are there two of you in there? What is going on? Guys. Oh my gosh. You're the egg guardian, I know. Yeah, you're the egg guardian. One thing I forgot to show you guys. So last year we planted this grapevine and it's doing fantastic. We're just putting super compost down at the bottom. And what's funny is south is this way. So in the afternoon, this will provide actually nice shade. So we went and we got 8 more grapevines and we planted them here to grow up onto this. Now, the other thing I forgot to show you is the outside shade area. There is a tin roof here, and then there's shade cloth. I actually made this with jungle gym bars on the outside, but I think I may even put another piece of tin on top of that. But you can see there's girls under there right now in the shade, and they hang out under there all the time. But it's, again, shade. Shade and air circulation. So if they don't want to be in the inside run being bothered by the other girls squawking, they'll come out here, they'll get into here. But once it's actually a little bit of breeze today finally, but in the late afternoon, man, they'll all be in that air. They want that air circulation. All right, you got to move. I'm going to put them down here so we don't make a mess, because we already got a bunch of them here. No jumping on the bucket. All right, zucchini. Zucchini. Cucumber. Love the Johnny loves the cucumbers. Cucumber. Cucumber. They will destroy this stuff. It'll only take them about 10 minutes to eat all that up. What, you want me to feed you? You little baby. Here. Man, it is brutal out here. I've got the irrigation pump running. I'm running the cornfields, irrigating the cornfields. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to put yourself in the chicken coop for 8 hours, basically. If you go stand in that outside run, you're gonna sweat your butt off. You're gonna be exhausted and hot. So you won't stay out there. You'll go to the inside run where there's shade and there's a fan, and trust me, you'll stand in front of that fan, that shade, and it'll just be so enjoyable. Just think common sense. Put yourself in the chicken's place. Someone bringing you a piece of frozen watermelon, sure, that's great. That'll cool you off for a few minutes, but that's not going to keep you cool for 12 hours when it's just smoking hot. Again, remember these keys: shade, airflow, lots of airflow. They love the airflow. Even inside their coop at night, I have a small fan that runs in there just to keep that airflow going. Cold water, cold fresh water, if you can do it. If you have the time to do it, keep that water cold. If you can put maybe a block of ice inside their water, but keep that water shaded. Just a couple of tips for you. And that's it. Next video is coming here in a few minutes. I got about 3 of them to do today. I'll talk to you later. Dog.